You guys will not believe this. Okay, the night my career blew up, my wife was sitting front row in a silver dress that shimmered every time she shifted, holding a glass of champagne like she owned the skyline. The rooftop lights of downtown Chicago glowed off the river, and I stood behind my dessert cart, hands shaking just enough to feel alive. 3, 2, 1. I hit the ignition switch. 16 chocolate domes cracked open in unison, releasing spirals of edible gold dust and cinnamon smoke into the air. Each plate revealed a glowing sugar star sitting on pistachio cake. The crowd gasped. Phones shot up. Someone yelled, "Holy hell, that's insane!" And then from the front row came that laugh. Not the one I married, the other one. The one that sounded like a critique wrapped in perfume. The "look at him, playing chef again" laugh. Only this time, she was the only one laughing. The crowd turned to me. Cameras flashed. My banner dropped down. Cooper Ash Designs. Edible Pyro by Chef Cooper Ash. Below it, bold black letters, sold out through December. Her laugh snapped off mid-breath. My phone buzzed with messages I couldn't even open. A food show producer asked for my contact. A Michelin chef handed me his card. The skyline pulsed behind us like it was applauding too. And then the confetti cannon, which I'd set to low, thank you very much, decided to go rogue. The wind caught it, spun it, and dumped every bit of glittering gold straight onto my wife, Madison, and her perfect silver dress. The smile froze on her face. She looked at me, gold flecks on her lashes, eyes wide, and I swear the world slowed down. That was the exact second she realized the fuse I lit wasn't just under dessert. You want to know how we got there? Or better yet, why I let her sit there and watch it happen?
But before we proceed, please smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss juicy and real revenge stories as they drop daily. Your support means a lot. Now, let's get back to my story. I'm Cooper Ash, 31, born in Dayton, raised in Milwaukee. My mom taught me how to bake bread before I could parallel park. I moved to Chicago at 25 chasing kitchen dreams and ended up marrying Madison 2 years later, a marketing executive who could make a spreadsheet sound like scripture. She's sharp, stylish, and addicted to control. Me? I make things that explode. Edible fireworks, chocolate shells that pop, sugar smoke that curls like incense. I built my company Ash Designs out of a one-bedroom apartment over a dry cleaner in Logan Square. Every night I tested recipes until my smoke alarm hated me. At first, Madison thought it was cute. "My husband, the sugar scientist," she said at parties, laughing like it was a novelty. Then the tone changed. "So is this your full-time thing? How do you even make money doing that?" Every time she said that, a part of me wanted to throw a whisk through the wall. When I got invited to a small food fair in Wicker Park, I thought I finally had proof. I demoed my first edible pop sphere, a chocolate planet that cracked open into a glittering sugar star. People lined up, recorded, clapped. I drove home vibrating with pride. That night, I showed her the video. Madison took one look, smirked, and laughed. "For cake? Who's paying for fireworks at dinner?" I said, "People who want an experience." She shook her head. "People who want dessert, not drama." I laughed along, pretended it didn't sting. But that laugh, that exact sound, stuck with me. It wasn't teasing anymore. It was dismissive. It said, "You'll never make it big enough to matter." And that's when I decided she was going to see me make it, whether she wanted to or not.
2 weeks later, I got a message from Chef Marco Ramirez, head of the Skylight, Chicago's trendiest rooftop restaurant overlooking the lake. He'd seen one of my reels online. He wrote, "Need something spectacular for a private gala. Safe, dramatic, unforgettable. You in?" I typed yes so fast my phone autocorrected it to Jesus. It was my first major booking. 200 guests, all high-end corporate types, $5,000 up front. I spent nights refining my setup, safer bursts, cleaner smoke, synchronized pops. I called it the Stardust sequence, and I didn't tell Madison. Partly because I wanted to protect the magic before I got mocked, mostly because I wanted to see her face when it worked. The day before the event, Marco texted me the finalized guest list. My heart nearly stopped when I saw it. Madison Grant, +1, VIP section, front row. She hadn't told me. She was going with someone else. Probably that guy from her office, Travis, the one who wore turtlenecks in August. I laughed to myself, a real one this time. Perfect. She'd see it all.
The skylight sits on the 27th floor, with glass walls that make the whole city look like it's breathing. The night was cool, the air smelled like champagne and rosemary. Guests mingled in tailored suits, comparing stock portfolios over hors d'oeuvres the size of thumbprints. I rolled my cart in, covered in a dull gray tarp. Beneath it sat 16 chocolate domes, prepped, wired, flawless. My palms buzzed. At 9:30, Marco stepped up to the mic. "Ladies and gentlemen, the night's finale, something you've never seen before. A Chicago debut from edible pyrotechnics artist, Chef Cooper Ash." I pulled off the tarp. Cameras rose. People leaned in. Madison froze. I flipped the switch. Pop, pop, pop. The shells cracked in sequence, light smoke curling, gold leaf raining down in a glittering storm. The cinnamon scent spread like warmth. The crowd gasped, then erupted in cheers. Phones everywhere, shouts, applause. And there she was, Madison Grant, blinking, mouth open, flecks of gold floating down into her drink. Travis beside her clapping like an idiot. Then the confetti cannon went rogue. The wind caught the stream and directed it squarely onto her silver dress. It clung to her hair, her lashes, her lips. She looked like a disco ball that regretted its life choices. The crowd noticed. Phones tilted, laughter rippled. I didn't laugh. Didn't need to. Karma has better comedic timing than I ever could. Afterward, Marco hugged me. He said, "You're booked, man. I'm talking months out." Madison approached me, brushing glitter from her neckline. She said, "You didn't tell me." I said, "You didn't ask." She blinked. "We'll talk at home." I smiled. "Sure, if you can find parking."
Here's the petty part, the revenge that made everything come full circle. Months earlier, after the laugh, I quietly transferred our building's parking lease into my name. Madison had always bragged about her reserved spot. Spot 14, the one under the awning. I paid the deposit myself. No fight, just paperwork. I also upgraded my Skylight membership from guest to vendor. That meant I had full basement access, the kind regular guests like Madison didn't. After the event, she tried to follow me down to the garage with Travis. Security stopped her. "Sorry, Miss Grant, vendor access only." I rolled past them in my van, waved through the window, and said, "Hope you brought comfortable shoes." Petty? You bet. Deliciously so. When she got home later that night, we argued. She said I embarrassed her. I told her she embarrassed herself months ago when she laughed at my dream. A month later, she moved out. I helped her pack, quiet, civil, just two adults standing in the ashes of what used to be respect. Before she left, I left a box on the counter marked fragile. Inside, a mini chocolate sphere, a sparkler, and a note that read, "Some things were made to blow up beautifully." 2 months later, a video of that rooftop show went viral, 5 million views. I started touring, bookings flooded in. Pierce Effects became Ash Design Chicago, and the first thing I put on the menu was a dessert called The Laugh, pistachio sponge, gold leaf, cinnamon smoke. The tagline? What happens when doubt meets fire? please don't wear silver. Madison? Last I heard, she's doing PR for some wellness startup. Good for her. I mean that. Because revenge isn't about burning bridges. It's about building your own skyline so bright that the people who mocked you can't look directly at it. Be honest. Would you have done the same or gone a little further? Let me know in the comments, and if you love a good story where payback sparkles, hit that like button and subscribe for more twisted tales of revenge served cold.